What is up, guys? EJ here, aka PuckBond007, and welcome to the Movie Reviewers 100, this great collaboration channel on YouTube and Facebook that I'm proud to be a part of. So this week is bank robbery week, and I'm a huge fan of heist films, caper films, movies about bank robberies. So instead of reviewing just one movie, I couldn't really pick one. I was thinking about doing one that will be on this list. I decided to do my top 10 heist films list for you instead. Now these are mostly bank robbery movies, but there's some variations, and I didn't include movies that sort of movies about other stuff and they have bank robberies in them. Obviously The Dark Knight would be on there. I'll let Ian talk about that, I'm sure he will. Or Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, one of my all-time favorite western. That will be on my top 10 westerns lists. Dark Knight will be on my top 10 superhero list. So I wanted to sort of keep this to strictly movies that are actually about heists and bank robberies. I love a good caper. And so here we go. So counting down as always at number 10. Simply a film that's has the simple title of Heist, from 2001, written and directed by David Mamet. Yeah, good film, really great dialogue in this movie, great cast. Gene Hackman, Delroy Lindo, Sam Rockwell, Danny DeVito. Just a really cool film, good performances. Ricky Jay is good in it as well. But Gene Hackman's the leader of this team of sort of elite guys working for Danny DeVito. But the dialogue is really what makes this film go. It's got the line I always remember is the one from Danny DeVito, where he goes, "Everybody loves money. That's why they call it money." That makes no sense at all, but it sort of worked for this film. Heist at number 10. Okay, number 9, a good film from 2008. It's a bank robbery week. Gotta have a title, simply The Bank Job, from 2008, starring Jason Statham and Saffron Burrows. I haven't seen it since it first came out, so it's been a while, but I'm a huge fan of Jason Statham. Always good for a watch. Saffron Burrows as well. Yeah, good movie from what I remember. I enjoyed it. The Bank Job at number 9. Okay, up next, a really good film that I enjoyed when I first saw it when it came out in 2006. And that is Inside Man, directed by Spike Lee, starring Denzel Washington, Clive Owen, and Jodie Foster. Really good performances by all three of these. Clive Owen is this mastermind of a bank heist, and Denzel is the detective, the cop who's trying to stop him, and Jodie Foster, a glorious cunt, as she's quoted. Somebody calls her that in this film. I remember that line describing her in this movie. The C word. Yeah, I don't like using that word, but it's a good description of her in this film. Great ending to this movie, really great surprise. Really just a cool film. Yes, one of Spike Lee's better films of the past decade or so. Inside Man at number 8. Okay, number 7. Really fun film from 2001, and that is Bandits, directed by Barry Levinson, starring Bruce Willis and Billy Bob Thornton as two notorious bank robbers making their way up and down the West Coast. And then of course the lovely and always talented, very talented, great red hair in this film, the great Cate Blanchett goes along for the ride, and she sort of gets between the two of them, falls in love with both of them. Bruce Willis is the smooth operator, and Billy Bob Thornton, allergic to everything, a complete klutz. Yeah, really good dynamic between all three of these three great actors. A lot of fun, really enjoyed Bandits. Great ending as well. Yeah, just a really cool film. Always liked it. Okay, that's number 7. Okay, number 6, going a little old school now. Had to be on this list, and that is the original The Italian Job from 1969, directed by Peter Collinson, starring Michael Caine, Noel Coward, Benny Hill. Just a classic heist film, of course. The Mini Coopers driving around in Turin, these guys trying to steal gold bullion. Yeah, I like the remake too with Edward Norton and Mark Wahlberg and Charlize Theron. That's a fun film. I didn't include it along with this DVD to show you, but I have that movie as well from 2003. Like that film a lot, but this one's a classic. Michael Caine, awesome. The original, The Italian Job at number 6. Okay, two that I am going to show you together, because I figured I'd just, instead of showing you the whole franchise. At number 5 has to be Ocean's 11, the remake from 2001. 2001 was a great film for heist movies. I didn't include it in this list, but the score with Robert De Niro and Edward Norton, I like that film a lot as well. Marlon Brando, really good movie. But yeah, this one, the first in the new franchise, the trilogy of Ocean's 11 films, is my favorite of the bunch. Just a great fun movie, fantastic cast: George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, Cedric the Entertainer, Andy Garcia, Julia Roberts, what's his name, Casey Affleck, yeah, all those guys, just hilarious. Don Cheadle, just loads of fun, great setting in Vegas, just really slick, really cool, just a cool movie. I like the Ocean's 12 and Ocean's 13 as well, but I also wanted to include the original 1960 version, Ocean's 11 with the Rat Pack, can't go wrong with them, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, and so on, Angie Dickinson. Yeah, really cool films, love the Ocean's movies, but especially the 2001 remake. So that's number 5. Number 4 has to be on this list, and probably somebody will pick it to talk about this week, and deservingly so, and that is Heat from 1995, directed by Michael Mann. Just a fantastic film. Robert De Niro is the leader of this elite bank robbery guys, and Al Pacino is the detective trying to stop them. Great supporting cast: Val Kilmer, John Voight, Amy Brenneman, Ashley Judd. Yeah, lots of women heavily involved in this film, which you don't often see in bank heist movies. Yeah, it's sort of all-encompassing. Talk about these criminals, the cops, their families, and so on. But it's the duel between De Niro and Pacino, the first time they appeared on film together. Those are the scenes that really make this pop, and especially the bank robbery scene and the gun battle in the street outside in Los Angeles. Just the bullets and the sound of that scene is just amazing in this film. Just a great movie, great performances. Heat, one of Michael Mann's best films, that's for sure. Okay, that's number 4. Okay, number 3 is a personal favorite of mine. I absolutely love this film. Nobody seems to talk about it enough, so whenever I get the chance to, I'm happy to do it. And that is The Great Train Robbery from 1979. Written and directed by Michael Crichton, starring Sean Connery, Donald Sutherland, and Leslie Ann Down. Absolutely fantastic, fun film about the first ever train robbery in England. Sean Connery, just fantastic. All 3 of them was so fun together. There's such a great dynamic between the 3 in this cast. It's really great pace to it. The dialogue is great. The situations are just really cool. Leslie Ann Down is the master of disguises in this movie. Just loads of fun. I absolutely adore this movie. If you haven't had a chance to see it, I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite films starring Sean Connery. That's not a Bond movie. It's one of my favorite non-Bond films for Sean Connery. And yeah, absolutely love this film, The Great Train Robbery from 1979. Okay, number 2. This was the film I was thinking about doing as a review for this week, but I decided to do this list instead. It's one of my all-time favorite films from the 70s, and that is Dog Day Afternoon from 1975. Again, starring the great Al Pacino, of course, directed by Sidney Lumet, one of the great directors of this era. He reteamed, of course, with Pacino after Serpico in 1973, which is a great movie in its own right. But this film, about a bank robbery in New York. One hot summer afternoon, masterminded by, or not really a mastermind, by Al Pacino and John Cazale. Just a fantastic film. The media coverage, the whole thing, the Attica, just one of his best performances by Pacino in his heyday before he turned into the sort of caricature that Pacino has sort of became in the 90s and so on. Just a brilliant film. Sidney Lumet, one of my favorite directors of this era. Just a great movie. Okay, and number one of my favorite films in the 1960s. For me, the ultimate bank robbery movie, and that is Bonnie and Clyde from 1967, directed by Arthur Penn. Just a fantastic film, of course, starring Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway. Young Gene Hackman, of course, about the notorious bank robbers, Clyde Barrow and Bonnie Parker. Just a brilliant film, beautiful cinematography, the sets, the costumes, the ending, just awesome. Absolutely love it. One of the best films of all time, in my opinion, and one of my favorite films of the 60s. So that is my top 10 list, my top 10 heist films. Not all my favorite heist films, but sort of mostly bank robbery related, or vault robberies is a better way to describe most of these films. So yeah, I thought I'd do something a little different this week for bank robbery week on the Movie Reviewers 100. Make sure you check out the guys' videos this week. It's going to be a good week after a couple of unfortunate tribute weeks that we've had lately. And of course, the great Richard Attenborough died as well this past week, so I wanted to mention him. He was a Chelsea fan. Yes, I'm wearing yellow because we thumped Everton 6-3 today, and I'm stoked about that. And he was in one of my all-time favorite films, The Great Escape, which sort of has a heist caper sort of vibe to it. But they're not stealing money or gold, they're sort of liberating people. But I thought I'd mention him as well. Fantastic film, I love that movie, and of course Jurassic Park and so on. So it was a shame to miss him as well, because yeah, it's been a tough few weeks for great people in Hollywood. So thank you for watching as always. Make sure you check out the videos from the guys this week, and until next time, I'll see ya.
Bond. James Bond.